Well, welcome to the land, everybody. We've got about a week up here this time, and there's a lot of things that I want to get accomplished, but I also want to spend some time just enjoying the woods in the area. I mean, after all, if you've got a place that's up in the wild, the whole point is to enjoy it, not just do chores every time. So we just got up here, and now I want to check the cabin to make sure that everything is okay. This is the point where I always hold my breath and hope for the best. Well, I don't see anything majorly wrong off the bat. It's kind of cold in here though. So the insulation must be doing its trick. We got to get this thing fired up and operational. That's the priority. But I don't see any signs of any rodents breaking through the vapor barrier, or I don't see any dead ones up trapped between due to the snacks I left them. All right, well, it looks pretty good in here, so I'm happy for that. We still need to cut that plastic off the windows. It's kind of dark and sterile in here, so. But just like always, first things first, we got to unload that van because it is a complete disaster. It is ridiculous in here. Towards the end, I was just throwing stuff in here, and now we have to unload it and somehow get some sort of organization out of it. So, all right, we'll catch you in a bit. All right, well, I think we're good for now for that. Well, it'll be interesting to see what's on the game cams this time. I wonder if my bear has been back, or if they're starting to den up, or where they're at in their cycle. I didn't see him the last time I was up, so he might already have found a home and has just been passing through. We got to look at that deer stand this week too. That's one of the other things I want to do. Lots of projects. Okay, well, it was kind of late when I got up here, and as you can see maybe by the window, I don't know if it's in the camera frame or not, but it's already dark out. It's 7 o'clock, just shy of 7 o'clock actually. And so I think what I'm going to do is just kind of hang out in the cabin tonight, maybe do a little bit of cleanup and reorganization. I really need to think about this wood stove, because with the measurements, this cabin is just a little bit too small for something that has to sit in the middle of the room. And I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it. I may end up moving it completely somewhere different than I was thinking about. But I just wanted to get busy on the chore board and see what I had to do and what I need to get done this trip. So these mantles on this lantern have been broken for a while, and I haven't really used the lantern since I wired in the lights. But I thought maybe this winter I would want to use this more often, just because not only will it provide light and save the battery when the battery is apt to be cold and die faster, but it'll also give some heat in here. Oh, I think we have light. It lights it up pretty good in here. Once I get some white on the walls, whether it be sheetrock or just the white ceiling, it's going to be much, much lighter in here. Yeah, let's take a look at the game cam pictures. Looks like my red fox is back. And I got a coon right there. I don't know if you can see him right there. Deer, deer. Oh, so that's the yearling and the doe. Boy, that yearling has really grown up in the last couple months. It's looking pretty good. You can see the doe. You can see the doe and the fawn are eating, and then the fawn gets spooked here, and fawn starts to run away. Here it is. The raccoon is back. You can see the ears down on that deer. I always laugh because there's another coon there too. The coon and the deer, they kind of fight over that corn. And it's funny, they have these little standoffs where the deer don't mess with them and they just kind of wait for their turn. The coon get all up in there. They look at them, look at each other. I get a chuckle out of that. Well, nothing crazy on the game cams. I still have one more to check tomorrow, but nothing too crazy. No, not a lot of bucks, which normally I have a few bucks, but I think my neighbor's been shooting them. All right, well, it's getting late, so I think I'm going to get my bed ready, and all right, so we will catch you guys in the morning. Well, good morning, everybody. It is a gloomy and wet day out there. Egg burritos this morning. That's what's on the menu. Nothing fancy, just some scrambled eggs, some shredded cheese, and some diced avocado to go into some wraps. I don't know how the guys do this in real restaurants, but it just never seems to work for me. Look at that. Look at that. Would you look at that? Oh, the sun is coming out. Maybe we will be painting or staining after all today. Look at that. Can you see? Sunshine. Oh, good, because it was looking so gloomy. There, that wasn't so bad. Look at the shed before it gets stained. This should go relatively quickly, I hope. Alright, well, you guys don't want to sit and watch me stain all day, so I'm gonna knock some of this out and I will catch you guys in a bit. Well, I got the first coat done and I'm just starting on the second coat. Definitely needed 2 coats. Part of the problem was it was a little bit cold when I started and the stain didn't really want to stick to the boards. And the other problem is there's these grooves. It's that T111 siding. And that T111 siding has grooves in it, and the roller just really wouldn't get in there. So I have to go back and back brush it in between. But you can see kind of how spotty it kind of looks with just one coat. And I just started doing the second coat here, and it looks much better. I see a couple spots I need to touch up a little bit, but you can definitely tell the difference of the first coat and the second coat. And I'm going to be so glad when it's done, because there's not many chores that I hate more than painting and staining. So I will be very, very, very happy to put this big bucket of stain away. Yes, I still need to paint the door and the window on the cabin, but that won't be too bad. That'll go pretty fast. So, but it is turning into a gorgeous day today. It's still probably about 65 degrees, but the sun came out and it's blue sky, and definitely got to get out in the woods when it dries out a little bit. Well, I am all done, and not a moment too soon. I was getting to the point where I was just starting to get sloppy. But luckily I was close enough to being done that I just finished it up. I'm going to get this can wiped down a little bit, and I'll give you guys a look. See, this towel is served any purpose it once had. How bad the bottom is. Well, this is what the afternoon got me. I did 2 coats. I was going to, you can see where I overpainted on the bottom sill plate, and I was going to stain that, and I just, you know what, I'm just done for the day. So I will have to stain some deck boards eventually, and I can do them at that point. So, all right, so it's good to have that done on a beautiful day. But now what I'm thinking is I could cut wood and cut up some of this popple and split up that birch, which I need to do. Or I could go do something fun like fish, or maybe do a little grouse hunting or something. I'm not sure. I'm gonna get cleaned up and I'm gonna see how I feel, and we'll go from there. Well, this ain't good. Guess we better get to work, eh? Well, I had a grouse walking on the road up there, and I wasn't sure where he went, so I thought I would give it a shot. But by the time I got up there where he saw me point, he had flushed about 20 yards into the woods, and there's no way I could have had a shot. He was too far away. But all right, well, I'm just gonna keep driving. I don't know about this puddle. It looks a little sketchy though. Ah, it's not bad at all. Whoa, that was deep. That surprised me at the end there. I tried to turn around and I darn near got stuck. It felt pretty firm when I was in there, so I'm not too concerned about it. But it did get a little bit deep down in this corner. So this looks pretty firm up here, so maybe I'll try to hug the edge here. But as you can see, I don't want to get too far over the edge or I'm going to be down in the ditch. So, all right, this is always fun backing up. But there's kind of a turnaround spot up there, so if I can get there, I should be all right. This is where I wish I had four-wheel drive. Turned out to be a piece of cake, no big deal, didn't feel squishy at all. So let's get backed up and get turned around. All right, easy peasy, no problemo. As you can see, I don't have four-wheel drive, but I got a lot of clearance on this van, so it gets pretty greasy. And of course I don't have my winch hooked up, which I got to work on that. But still, I'm out in the boondocks. This is not a place where I want to get stuck. The only good thing is I've got the van here. So, I mean, basically I'm driving in my home. Oh, sorry, there's some big rocks here I'm going over. But there's no cell service here, so if I get in trouble, I'm on my own, which is really stupid because I should have my recovery boards with, and I should have my winch hooked up, and I should have my high lift jack hooked up, but of course I don't have any of those things because I haven't been riding anywhere really off tar very often lately. So well, I got to keep my eyes peeled for grouse, so we will catch you guys in a little bit. This is one of those days. Early October, 65 degrees, no bugs. Just driving through the woods, looking for animals and mushrooms and just taking in the sights. These are the days that I wish would never end. And this is why I'm building a cabin in the woods. And every little bit I do, even though I don't always make big leaps of progress, I was thinking today about how every little thing I do adds up. I've made a lot of progress at the land. I mean, I started off with raw land. I couldn't even get the van off the main road. And I was thinking about it when I was staying in the shed today, how last year this time I was trying to put the ceiling in the shed because that was the best shelter we had for deer hunting. And this year we've got a cabin. Oh, that's a pretty tree. Red oak there with the sun behind it. I think there's a picture there somewhere. Let's see what we can do. I got out to take a picture of those tamaracks, and a grouse just walked into the woods over here. I heard him flutter, so I'm going to grab the shotgun and we're going to see if we can maybe flush him out. So hang on just a minute, I'll be right back with you guys. So I actually got into the woods and I didn't find the grouse, but I did jump a woodcock and I actually got a couple shots at it. I don't know how I missed it, but I did. So anyway, I'm going to at least have my gun ready. So I'm going to stick it in the front seat with me. In Minnesota, you're allowed to, you can't have it loaded, but you can have it uncased with you now. when I was growing up, you never could, but they've changed that law since I was a kid, and so we're just gonna keep it handy. Now let's go check out that Tamarack. Oh, this is boggy, and my feet are immediately soaked because I just sunk down. But we're gonna get there because this is kind of cool. At least I think so. For those of you who don't know what a tamarack tree is, I think they're also known as a larch tree. But they're the only conifer that loses their needles. So they go from green and turn yellow, and then they drop their needles in the fall. This is where I'm at, the bog. It's a pretty cool spot, I think. You can see all the white bog cotton out there. This is the kind of place where you expect a pack of wolves to come out. My feet are so wet. You can hear the water. Oh! It's weird to think that thousands of years ago this was a lake. Whoa, this is getting deep. Oh, my feet are so wet. My feet are so wet. Oh! Alright, I gotta make my way back to the truck. Goodbye, bog. Thanks for the visit. On the menu tonight is pork chops. And I'm going to make them all because I can just heat them up tomorrow for lunch and whatnot. I need some seasoning. Might not be able to wait for this bread for the chops to be done. It's so good on the grill with butter. Canned butter. so nice not to have to worry about refrigeration. Just keep it up here and it works pretty well. Love sauerkraut. Love sauerkraut. And never get sauerkraut that comes in a can because the pasteurization process kills all the probiotics and all the good stuff in it. So always go for the bag stuff in the refrigerator section. So the plan is to put these pork chops on that buttered bread with sauerkraut and pineapple slice. Should be yummy. So we're basically making like chopped sandwiches. All right, that bread is gonna have to come off of there. So we got our toast that we made. Yum. You see that? Yummy homemade bread with butter. The only thing better would be some garlic on it, but this sauerkraut is so good I could eat the whole bag. Maybe in the morning we could have leftover pork chops with sauerkraut and a burrito. That might be good. All right, we're gonna close these up, let them cook a little bit longer. I'll catch you. Get red squirrel, Roxy. I saw a gray squirrel earlier today, first one I've seen here. It was actually black phase, which when I first saw it, I thought it was like a mink or something, but as I got closer, I could definitely see that it was a squirrel. So, all right, catch you guys in a little bit. It's gonna start getting dark pretty fast, so we better get this fire going. All right, let's see how this goes here. So apparently this is going to be open face because I only made 2 pieces of bread. We're going to put a little pineapple. And the magic weapon. The secret weapon. Loads of sauerkraut. So the reality is we're probably just going to... We're not going to be able to eat this with our hands, so it's probably going to all end up falling apart, but wow, that's really good sauerkraut. What a great day. Oh, the sky was so blue, sun was shining, it was warm out, got some things accomplished around here. Got to go for a nice drive just to see the country, saw some grouse, got some shooting. Hopefully you got some good pictures. And now some good food. You know, this is kind of a monstrosity, but... And I got the bone. And I got the bone. Let me just have to break this down. Alright, well obviously this is more difficult than I planned, so I will catch you guys in a bit when I'm done eating. I will check back in. Oh, not bread, not toast. If I may say so myself. Alright everybody, well it's getting pretty late. I just want to say goodnight, and I'll see you in the morning. I just came in from doing some night photography. Anyway, I just wanted to say good night, and I'm going to show you the temperature in the shack. It is just under 60 degrees, and I just turned on my little buddy heater, and I have my propane light going. Anyway, I will catch you guys in the morning. Good night.